Driving down this long and lonely highway, sitting on $1.10 most all the way. I hear a voice on the radio, singing all the songs I know. I'm hanging for some real company. Hey, hey, these rusty wheels keep turning over. Man, this old truck's seen better days. I've crossed every state line, all boats of every kind, and divided all the truck stops on the way. And I could tell you stories and swear they'd all be true. Seen red skies over Alice as the storm began to brew. So rig is getting tired as the miles pass us by, but I'm betting we'll be together till I die.
G'day everybody, Mick from Oz Trucking TV. Now today here we are out here at Tarcutta. Now Tarcutta is the halfway point between Sydney and Melbourne. A lot of changeovers went on over here over the years, so it seems fitting to have a memorial wall right in the centre. Now today is the 27th of October. Now this memorial service happens on the last weekend of October every year. Now people come from all over the countryside, all over Australia to be here for the service and pay their respects. So today we're going to take you for a little bit of a trip through that, and we're going to talk to some people from the committee who can tell us all about the Tarcutta Memorial Service, and we're also going to speak to some people who have lost someone who's on the wall and see what Tarcutta Memorial Wall means to them and means to the industry. Okay, back with you shortly. Okay everybody, now the Australian National Truck Drivers Memorial, I'm here with the chairman, Doug Macmillan. G'day Doug, how are you?
I'm very well.
All right mate, can you tell us a bit about, it's a special day here today.
It is a special day, and you wouldn't get a better day than this
It's
today.
pretty good. Now mate, tell us a bit about the Truck Drivers Memorial and what happened.
Well, it was formed 19 years ago
Okay.
by Alan Brown from r.i.p, Noel Brown, who was what we call a chaser. He was like a person that ran up and down the highway at night that got to accidents and done that.
Obviously like a good friend of ours, Mick Simpson from Wales.
Yes, yeah. And
So-
Ron Pullen, who was the other one. The three of them got together and decided this was what this industry needed, and it's been hugely successful. Like there's not very many, or there's no other industries that I know that actually look after their own people, other than the army and the
Well I look over the
governments.
back here too Doug, and I was having a look before we spoke,
Yep.
and the amount of names that are on there is just phenomenal.
Yeah, but let me point out that a fair majority of those names are people who have died of natural causes, been truck drivers through their career,
Okay.
and their families have seen fit to make application and come on the wall as you know, existing truck drivers.
And
And
how does
that's
that
where the bulk of the wall is.
How does that process go? People just apply if they've lost a loved one that's worked in the industry?
Yeah, no, they go on. How you talk this rubbish talk now? Go online.
Yep.
To the Australian Truck Drivers Memorial,
Yep.
Tarcutta. Go through the website and it comes to forms.
Yep.
Download the form, fill it in. We always like you to put a story with it. It has to be witnessed by a JP or you know, the usual deal, and send it to us, and we put them on once a year. For people that have died of natural causes, there's a small cost of $200. For those that have died on the job, it's free, and
Okay.
we do have some pioneers, but there's only about 6 or 8 pioneers there. So.
And I look at and these plaques are also sponsored by
Yeah.
different companies within the industry.
Yeah, that's a one-off payment that they pay to buy a plaque, and
Yep.
that supports what's happened here. Like when a few years ago they were all silver,
Yep.
and the silver paint was actually flaking off from the age.
Okay.
So this year we've got the whole thing revamped. It's now totally done. We've just got the slim dusty things on the front to change to silver to gold, but now the whole plaque's been done. So, and that's a huge cost to us.
Well, this here, the Australian Truck Drivers Memorial. Now, there's so many people that turn up here on the day to pay their respects.
Yep.
And some people don't even know anybody on the wall, but feel the need to
Come
be
along.
here today
Yep.
and pay their respects to those that are on the wall and have worked in the industry, and that's just great.
Yep. And it's like Anzac Day too. People people that didn't have soldiers that's killed always attend an Anzac Day ceremony. This is the same to us. Like, this is what we consider Anzac Day for our industry.
Well, that's excellent. Well, Doug, now obviously people, when the service is finished, people sort of, there's a dinner in town obviously, but that's the bookings only, of course.
The Tarcutta community here get together and they all cook afternoon tea.
Yep.
So when the service is finished, they go up to the RSL here and have an afternoon tea with a gold coin donation. And anyone that's had anything to do with country women know that that's a good afternoon tea. Like, it's absolutely exceptional, and that helps support the town and the club.
So everybody that comes here is absolutely made feel welcome as well.
Oh yeah. You know, this is the first year that we haven't had the highway thundering through here while we're doing the service, but yeah, that'll be different for us. They've done landscaping here. If you're a truck driver, you'd be horrified because we lost some parking spaces, but it's, you know, this has made the town look good, and it's good for the memorial. So.
Excellent. All right, Doug, well, thank you very, very much for speaking with us here at Oz Trucking TV and letting us know about the Australian Truck Drivers Memorial, because a lot of our viewers from America, sometimes I don't even think they've got any memorials over there. I could be wrong, but it's very minimal, so thank you very, very much.
No, that's...
Okay, everybody, I've got Mick Simpson here from Wales Truck Repairs. G'day, Mick, how are you, mate?
How are you? Mick, good, mate.
Mate, tell us a bit about what the memorial wall means to you and Wales Truck Repairs.
Well, we've made our living, I suppose, out of other people's misfortunes, but it's a funny industry. I've been tied up in this industry since 1969. I've been in transport, and I've made a lot of good mates. I've helped out over the years. You get out the scenes, the accident scenes and that, and they're not pretty, some of them. But, I mean, it's part of life, and you've got to carry on.
And the memorial wall here is fitting for that, like the people that have gone, and obviously you know some people on the wall.
I know a heap on the wall. I'll get a heap of people put on the wall. It's one of the most moving days of every year with the kids down here and that. I've been coming down here for 18 years, and to see the kids come up here, you never go here without shedding a tear or six.
This is a very important day for our industry, isn't it, Mick?
Very important, mate.
People coming from all over Australia as well.
Yes, they're from WA, Queensland, the whole works there, everyone's here.
So obviously it makes a stand on what the day's all about and what it means to the industry and the families in the industry.
Yes. Bit lost word.
Distinguished guests, families, friends of loved ones. On behalf of the Memorial Committee, I would like to welcome you to the 2012 Australian Truck Drivers Memorial Service in the revamped main street of Tarcutta. And it's a shame that we don't hear trucks still thundering down the street, but that's the way progress goes. Tarcutta has played an important role in our industry since freight started being moved around this country, from providing fuel, coffee and meals, to being the main changeover point in recent times. Tarcutta has been a place where drivers have had a chat, a sleep.
Ando, Dennis Roderick Anderson. Bob, Robert Eric Burgess. Fatty, Kevin Peter Chyler. TJ, Tony Cronin. John Arthur Deutsch. George Sidney Downs. Ruffy, Ron Doyle. Alan Robert Eddy. Robert Edward Farrell. Andy, Andrew Ford. Steve, Stephen Anthony Gooding. Grotty, Wayne Frederick Grott. Grover, Stephen Anthony Groves. Grovesy, Russell Lawrence Groves. Grumpy, Gregory Raymond Hemme. Ricky Raymond Hurd. Gary John Laird. Cannonball, William Mason. Mark Anthony May. Rob, Robbie John McDonald. Truckie, Ted McGarity. Ian John Moore. Comet Cole, Colin George Neville. Bundy, Grant Maxwell Rayner. Brune, Andrew Brett Reynolds. Jacko, Peter Thompson Shearer. Simo, Graham Peter Simmons. Colin Edward Smith. Gordini, Gordon Wayne Stafford.
Our industry. We're lucky to have our distinguished guests with us. We're lucky to have people like Doug and Pam and Di and many of those other people that keep this memorial running so well, and to Wagga Council, who have, through Kerry and through the whole of the council, been able to provide such support for this particular day. You know, driving down here this morning, I was just trying to reflect. I've been associated with this industry this year for 45 years. I joined it leaving school in 1967. Most parts of Australia I've been and seen what happens in our industry, and I've met a lot of people. We should celebrate the greatness of the trucking industry. We are the people who move all the freight in this country, or 75% of it that's moved on road. It doesn't matter whether it's a container to come off the wharf at Port Botany that needs to go to Wetherill Park, or that comes off the wharf in Fremantle or Melbourne or wherever and go to suburbs, or importance of those who are moving 6 decks of cattle out of the Tanami Desert today, or those that are moving 4 trailers of fuel across the back of the Pilbara. All those people, of which you're part of, are helping build this nation. When we look back over the last couple of 100 years of the development of this country, you just realise how much we've been able to achieve with such a small population in such a giant country, with the same landmass as the United States. They have 350 million people, we have about 21 million. And drivers and operators across Australia are those people that move the freight. And without you, nothing will move and nothing will happen. We continue to talk with our politicians. Some listen, some don't. You can't give up. You've got to keep getting those messages out there. You've got to keep pounding the doors.
G'day everybody. We're out here at the Tarcutta Memorial Service. Now we're out here with the Transport for Christ, Truckies chaplain. We've got John. G'day John.
Hello Michael.
And we've got Ray. How are you, Ray?
Good Michael. Yeah.
All right guys, tell us what today means to you guys.
Today means a lot of things. Remembering the transport drivers that have been taken on the highway. I've got 3 or 4 mates from down the south coast. The names are on the wall. I've been driving trucks for 30 years up and down the highway, mostly down the south coast of New South Wales, and it just gives us respect to remember friendships that we've made on the time, and it's been good to come down and do the help with the remembrance service today.
And what about you, John? What does it mean to you, mate?
Well, it means to me that I've been coming here since 1995, which was the second year, I think, after it kicked off down here at Tarcutta. And I've been coming ever since. Each year I've been coming here, and it means a lot to me because some of the boys that the names on the wall, I've met them on the road, and although I haven't met them personally like Ray has to some of his mates down the south coast, I haven't. I've taken some of the fellows there. I've taken their funerals for them. And so that I've coming down basically too, because the fellows are on the wall, yeah, but they've got their loved ones here now, which and we give out little books called Living with Loss, which is.
This would be this one here, John.
No, this one here. Living with Loss.
A lot of you people out there, now I'll just touch base with you while I interrupt John for a sec. Now a lot of you guys would recognise this catalogue here. It's the Highway Evangelist, and obviously a lot of people wonder, where's that come from? Well, that's the man behind it is John, and Ray's his helper here of course today. And so obviously now when we see this out at the truck stops, we can put a face to the booklet. Anyway, sorry John, go right ahead, mate.
Okay, we give out little books called Living with Loss. That's a comforting book, which is a good little one, and the other one is Picking Up the Pieces, Finding Hope, and for people there sometimes too that are got illnesses from some of these traumas too, we've got little books to cover that too, like Why Me and places like that they can come over and freely get them here from us today, or they can write to our office in Mittagong and get them the little books from us, and we can put them in the post for them.
Well, we're going to put the address at the bottom of the screen, people, so that if you need to get in contact with John, by all means the address will appear on the bottom of the screen, and they can contact you guys.
Sure.
All right, John and Ray, thanks very much for spending time with Oz Truck and TV.
Thanks, Michael.
And enjoy the day today. G'day Greg, how are you mate?
Yeah, well thanks.
Mate, we're out here at the Tarcutta Memorial, mate. Tell us what it means to you and what brings you here today.
Well, it's just a necessity. It has to be done. It's part of another chapter in losing a good mate that went on the wall this year, Nigel Wilson, killed at Nullawell. Yeah, I just find it it's a part of the healing of it all. He was a fantastic guy and just lived for trucking, and just here today with his mother and sister, another 2 close mates. and just in support of the family, and to be here for Nigel. And see him on the wall, and fantastic job they've done on the wall here. All been revamped, and amazing job that people have done and put in a lot of work.
All right, Greg, well, thanks very much for your time.
Yeah, no problem, mate.
Okay, everybody, now we're still out here at the Tarcutta Memorial Service, and I've run into Carrol. How are you, Di?
Good, thanks, Mick. How are you?
All right, mate. Now, it's a very, very special day out here for the industry. I'm asking everybody, what does today mean to the transport industry? What does it mean to you, and what does it mean for TransHealth?
I see it as a day that many grieving families and mates can come together and look around and see they're not alone. It's an important day for the industry to pay tribute to those that have lost their lives out there on the road, and also those that have spent many years on the road and since passed away. So a tribute to both sectors.
Yeah. And what does the wall mean to you personally, Doc?
Personally, I've got my first husband, the father of 3 of my children are on there, and then my own dad's on the wall as well, and I've got a lot of family and a lot of friends on there, and my uncle's on there as well.
Okay. A lot of people come to this day. It's huge. It's been referred to by Doug Macmillan, the chairman of the committee, as the Transport's Anzac Day. Would you look at it like that?
Yeah, look, there's memorials, other truck drivers' memorials.
Yep.
This one here is the first one, and because it's national, it is significant. And yes, he's right, it is like an Anzac Day for the transport industry. And, you know, when they're out there on the road, they're in a war zone, and it's like a war field out there.
You never know what's going to happen.
You don't, and you know, many of the families here have said goodbye in the hope that their loved one's going to come home, and a lot of them haven't, and that's why we're here today to remember them.
Okay, so, and a day like today, people that haven't even lost anybody, but are in the industry, and don't even know anybody on the wall, are here to pay their respects.
They are. It's you know, they've had mates that have died on the wall that they've driven the highway with, and it's people just come to pay their respects like we all go and pay our respects on Anzac Day.
And really, I mean, let's face it, as drivers, we spend more time on the road with our mates than we do with our families.
An interstate driver spends approximately 17% of their life at home with the family, 15% of that sleeping, so it's 2% quality time with families when you're an interstate driver. So you can fully understand why this day is so important for us.
And thank you very, very much, Carrol. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And I really appreciate you sharing that with us.
Thank you.
And back to you.
It's a long, hard road when you're doing it alone. There's a lifetime of good memories that I can call my own. Places I've been and seen and all the good friends in between. What made me the man I am today? Working this country's roads to make my pay. Taking a break at a road outside of Sydney. It's 3 a.m., my eyes are hanging low. I order coffee, take a seat as I flip through a magazine. I'd hit a caffeine and I'll be good to go. Then the friendly owner strikes up conversation. Son, why'd you choose to live this life? Have you ever wanted change to the way your story's told? Step out of that truck and break your daddy's load. And I said I could tell you stories and swear that all been true. Seen red skies over Alice as the storm began to grow. Mister, it ain't easy. Hard nights, I've had a few. There's nothing else in this world I'd rather do. It's a long, hard road when you're doing it alone. There's a lifetime of good memories that I can call my own. Places I've been and seen and all the good friends in between. What made me the man my daddy'd say was the kind of man this country needs today. Lord knows I've done a lot of miles. There's a few more to go yet. It's a long, hard road when you're doing it alone. There's a lifetime of good memories that I call my own. Places I've been and seen and all the good friends in between. What made me the man my dad'd say was the kind of man this country needs today. The only home I've ever known. And I can feel the next stretch of blacktop calling me.